I was living in Midwest City, Oklahoma, with my sister, her husband, and my almost 5-year-old niece. I was 16 at this time, and was babysitting a 9-year-old little friend. We had all gone to bed at the same time. The 9-year-old and I were in a twin bed, and my 5-year-old niece was across the bedroom diagonally from my bed. A few moments after the lights went out, my niece started screaming so loud, saying, "A woman!" My brother-in-law and sister came running down the hall and opened the door asking what was wrong. My friend and I threw the covers over our heads, as she had scared us, screaming. My niece said, "A woman was leaning over her," and she described her. She is in her 50s now, and still remembers this. We hadn't lived in the house long before things started happening. One night, I heard something, so I got up, trying not to disturb my sister and brother-in-law, since they both had to get up early. As I approached the kitchen, I saw the chain on the door, which accessed the one-car garage, swinging back and forth. So I looked in the garage to make sure no one was out there, and came back in. I hooked the chain and locked the door. No one was out there, and the garage overhead door was locked. The next day, I asked my sister and brother-in-law if they had went out into the garage that night. Both said no. The final thing that happened was, I came home from being with my friend across the street. No one was home. My niece was at the babysitter's, and my sister and brother-in-law had a party to attend. I didn't drink or use drugs like most teens my age, nor did I smoke. I walked into the house, went to the restroom, came out, and looked out the front door window, since I thought I heard a car door, thinking it was my sister and her husband. When I turned around, a light in the shape of a body was 6 feet in front of me, headed for the hallway, towards the bedroom. I was so scared and shaking, I couldn't turn my back on it, so I slid down the door and put my head down and started praying to Jesus. When I opened my eyes, it was gone, so I don't know if it went into the bedroom or not, but it appeared to be coming from the kitchen, where the door led out to the garage, facing toward the bedroom. I didn't see eyes, nose, or a mouth. It was just the shape of a body, with a light blue glow off the white apparition. I got up, ran out of the house across the street to my friend's house, but she was asleep. Her mother sent her young son, about 12, back to the house to stay with me until my sister and her husband got home. We only lived there a year and then moved. On the day we moved, I was standing outside, and the neighbor, an older woman, came out to talk to me. I told her I was so happy that we were moving, and she asked why. So I told her about what my niece and I saw. Her reply was this: "You do know a woman shot herself in the mouth, in her car, in that garage, don't you?" My reply was, "No, I didn't know that. The woman's husband left her, and their 2 children, so she shot herself, and left a suicide note." That was what the neighbor told me. Was she looking for her children? I tend to think so. No one ever told us a woman shot herself in that house before we moved in. But later on, after we moved, my friend's mother across the street said that they had seen a light moving in the house when it was empty. It's been 43 years, so I revisited that neighborhood and my friend. I just drove past the house, and it was empty. There were no curtains up or shades, so you could see in it driving by. It wasn't a spooky house, just a small, 2-bedroom ranch-style house. It's something I can't forget.